And now out come the Patriots.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun, Bernard. He finds his man, complete. It's Hayes. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
113 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
2nd and 3. This is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the River Hogs are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Bernard. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Milner. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Patriots are able to cut into that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Unable to corral him. He fights through.
He's still on his feet.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the River Hogs are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign.
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Patriots coming out now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll throw over the middle, taken in. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. Set. Liking 18. Go. 56.
On first down, Bernard.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Bernard firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Throwing on first down. Bernard. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided.
2nd down and a yard.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Goodwin. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Portland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.